Welcome, leaders, teams, and those ready to take charge of their energy. It's Kelly Buboltz, your guide in workforce energy management. Burnout is not just a buzzword, it's a symptom of deeper root cause stressors. We're here to stop waiting for the change and start leading it. It's time to reclaim our energy and lead our days with intention and purpose. Let's go through 3 meeting foundations that are game changers for not just productivity, but energy, because we're burning people out by constantly having meetings after meetings spill over, and you're just chasing hours. You're just catching up all day long. Let's focus on these 3 foundations that are going to bring back productivity and energy to your teams. So the first one is why. What is the clear purpose of this meeting, and does everyone know it? Is it on the agenda? Because sometimes you go into a meeting and someone thinks we were going to do this and someone thought we were going to talk about this. And then we already have this dysfunction going on and miscommunication and wasted time. Now, to put this in perspective, because why isn't established clearly when you go into meetings, on average, one employee wastes 31 hours a month in dysfunctional meetings. That means objectives are not being achieved. They're just spending time in meetings. So what is the clear purpose of this meeting? That's the first one. The second one is what? What's the goal? What's the outcomes that you're looking for? So purpose of the meeting might be customer satisfaction. It might be operations excellent, right? So there's a purpose of this cadence of this meeting, of the general theme of it. But the what is the outcome that we want out of this meeting? Maybe you're troubleshooting. Maybe it's a check-in. Maybe it's a strategy meeting. What is the outcome that you're looking for? Because that's where you want to get by the end of the half hour, or 2 hours. If you're having more than 2-hour meetings, what are you doing that day? Unless it's like a strategy workshop type of thing, you shouldn't be meeting for more than 2 hours. So we established the why, the purpose. We established the what, the outcome we're looking for. Guess what the third one is? How? How do we execute this? What's the next steps? Where's the accountability? Where's the action owners? What's the due dates? Have you ever went into a meeting and you talked about all the things that you want to do, and then you leave the meeting and no one was assigned, there's not due dates, so then you meet again and you go through this cycle talking about the same stuff over and over and over again, or that person that was supposed to do it, it wasn't super clear, so they didn't do it. Or no one actually asked the question, do you even have time to do it? And they didn't. It's low priority on their list. So we just keep meeting and meeting and meeting. Do you see where the dysfunction and the waste comes in? So in the how, what you want to do is, how do you set it up? What's the cadence of these meetings? Is it a one-time thing? Is it going to be a repeating thing? Is it going to be a troubleshooting type of meeting where we'll start expanding it out until we don't have to meet again? What is going to be the cadence? And be okay with adapting. Sometimes I was in meetings because we always just had this meeting on Monday, and there wasn't updates, there wasn't anything to talk about. Again, waste. So be okay with ebbs and flows, not only with the outcome and the purpose you're looking for, but with people's schedules. So sometimes we would have meetings and half of the team would be on vacation in the summer months or around the holidays. Why are we having this meeting when half of the people aren't even present, or delegated it out to others so we could keep it rolling? Which brings me to the next part of setting it up under this how step. Who's attending, and do they need to attend? There's some meetings that it would just be nice to know. They don't need to sit through this hour meeting. They need a email summary. They need a phone call afterwards. There are certain attendees that need to be there. There's stakeholders that need to come and go in and out of that cadence schedule. Who needs to be on the list and who does not? And if they can't make it, are they delegating out to their next in line, to someone else who knows just as much information? Because not attending is slowing the process down, slowing the conversation down. So can you delegate it out? Now, oftentimes I would have reschedule meeting, and that's where you get into the meeting spillover, because maybe I had that time blocked to work on focused work or deep work or have one-on-one meetings, and now we're rescheduling, and it's like this, and it's this domino effect where now you're catching up all the time. So maybe we just don't meet if you can't delegate it out, and we just skip this session. But when you start to have that ripple effect, it starts to make everyone else's schedules chaotic. Now, if it's a quick meeting, 15 half-hour type of meeting, great, it's probably doable. But that's not most of the cases. Most of the cases, that meetings I've been in, 1 or 2 hour meetings. And when you roll that into the next day or roll that into 2 days later, it starts to create this chaotic schedule where I don't have control of my week anymore. I'm always in response mode. And the third part of this house step is Agendas and time templates. Do you just let the meeting run or do you facilitate the meeting? This is something I do in my leadership masterminds, is train them as facilitators to guide the conversation. It doesn't mean that you're talking the most time. It means that you are spending time on value add conversations. There's a lot of side talk. There's a lot of side tangents. Are you able to facilitate that conversation so it still stays a value add? Or you can dissect it later between the two people that it actually matters to. So that means there's facilitators, there's owners of the meeting that should be sending those agendas out so everyone knows what's going on. They should be sending any follow-up. We establish 1, why? Why do we need to have this meeting? 2, what? What is the objective, the outcome that we want at the end of this meeting? And then the how. How often do we want this to occur, the cadence, who's attending or delegating out to if they can't attend, and do we have an agenda with time slot blocks to stay on time and focused? This 3-piece of foundations will completely shift the productivity and energy in your meetings. If you're looking for a template, I want you to go ahead and head out to my website. On my website, go to services, and in there is an instant download toolkit for a meeting makeover. In this, you're going to audit what are you doing in your meeting? What's the energy levels? What's the communication and clarity? You're going to have meeting templates. You're going to have some of these foundational parts to shift your meetings from these drainers, this death by meeting, into productive conversations and discussions. Now, you might be thinking, man, Kelly, this seems like a huge shift from what we're doing. I want you to start with just one meeting, right? Let's just practice with one small piece of your operation, probably a dysfunctional one, and apply the why, what, how foundations to the meeting and see how it goes. Get people used to the change in behaviors and then expand out to other meetings from there. Part of workforce energy management isn't about doing more. It's about working differently with more sustainable energy. Today's step matters. It's in the micro moments that real change begins. Managing your energy isn't about shame, blame, or disrupting your lifestyle. It's about the small, intentional choices to reclaim that natural energy. If this episode hit the mark for you, share with others. This journey doesn't have to be lost and lonely, but exciting and full of new paths. See you back here to continue the adventure.